What's up, Lucky Gamers? This is Lucky Lux, and today we're going to be talking about how you can get your power level up with your characters in Soul Tide. Going to talk about some of the more important things you want to look out for, some of the things you might want to save for the character that you really love, and all those things. If you guys like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, comment down below what you guys think, and also subscribe to the channel because I will be bringing you more Soul Tide content because I'm actually really enjoying this game. And please click the bell notification, that way you guys know when I live stream or when I upload a video. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop into it. So one of the easiest ways, of course, to get your just natural raw stats up in a character is the star rating. So I do have some characters here that I can kind of show that are 1 to 2 star. So I do have Rory. She's sitting at a 1 star. So her stats are kind of like 239, 44 speed, defense 104, HP 1208. But then if you look at, like, for instance, my Asuna, hers are a lot higher. What is she right next? Okay, so she's a lot higher. Not by a lot. Again, she's just a 2 star, but she's a unit that we pretty much get free, and you can increase her stats by doing the quests that they have going with this free unit. Asuna is actually really strong, so she is a unit that I do suggest leveling up. And then finally, when you get to like a 3 star, so I have my Yuki, her stats are even better with the attack, HP, defense. Of course, speed's not as great, but there's their own stats that they have. But the attack and HP are kind of the main things, especially for you when you go into end game. So also another thing you want to look at is your sigils. You want to level these up as much as you can for each character. They just give flat stats. I'm trying to see if I have some characters. Yeah, so you're looking at HP, defense, attack. Those increase as you increase them, so you want to work on that too. You can farm, honestly, these stages for them. You can just click on it right here. It tells you the stage that you can go to that you have unlocked. That way you can farm these up. You get quite a few per run. You can just do a quick wipe on it and just get the mats that you need. But I will say, for the character that you are wanting to work on and build, you know, just go ahead and just do that. Just do 1 or 2 stages at a time. Don't do a full sweep, because you'll need different materials as you level up. But it does require you kind of doing some of the campaign, so you got to go through all those puzzles. But as long as you get up to a decent level in the campaign, then you can get your skill board up pretty high. Also, the next thing you want to work on in your character is the skills. I would say focus maybe on your DPS, because this is going to give them lower SP cost. That way you can cycle their abilities better, and it also gives you extra effects. So for instance, on my basic attack, I get to ignore 10% of the target's defense, which is really effective for that. Also, you lower the SP cost and increase the multipliers for a lot of your abilities, or just increasing percentage of the buffs that they give themselves. So I've been working here on my second set as well. It's very important to go ahead and get that done. It does get quite expensive, so you might have to start farming some gold as you get higher leveled up. But again, it's something very important. You want to do your DPSs first, then I would, you know, go healer or tank. Just kind of depends on how many tanks or how many healers you're running, because of course survivability is a thing, but also having a really great offense can make it easier for your defense. Also, and one of the other ways that you can increase your power, of course, is by leveling up your verbs, basically your equipment. This is what's going to give you extra passive stats as well. They give you base stats for your character. These are also very strong. The base stats, honestly, is what helps the rest of your abilities, because they're going off of percentages of those base stats. So you want to get those as high up as you can to make all of the gear and everything like that multiply on it even better. So it doesn't really matter which equipment that you have. If you have bad equipment, it's fine. You just want to make sure that you level it up. Also, another thing, I know that some of you guys probably are trying to gear out each character individually. Me personally, I'm not doing that. I'm trying to limit break all of my gear as I can, because that's basically increasing the effect of what it does and also giving me better stats. So if you have multiple copies of even the blue gear, which I actually don't have anymore, but use that as well, because that's going to help increase its natural, its base stats, and also increase the effects that it has. So I would say get a team of 5, right? Put gear on them, and then limit break if you get multiple copies of that, because that's also going to help. So pretty much all of my units, they have mostly all 3-star gear, and this is just for me just doing a bunch of summons. And I don't have to have everybody on gold equipment. Not everyone is, and they can still have a decent power level. It's just it just helps out, honestly, having stars on it, because it could just give it huge bonuses in the base stats. Alright, and lastly, some of you guys might be seeing kind of the one thing that is sticking out. You're probably thinking, dude, how is your Aurora so strong? She's literally a third of your whole team. What did you do? Did you wail on her? Anything like that? No, actually I didn't. Yes, I do have this gear on her, but if I were to remove it, she would still be sitting at 22,000. She would still be very strong. The honest main way that I increased her was her bond. Her bond is at 23. I saw the character that I liked. I looked at her kit, and I saw that she had a bunch of AoE, and I saw that in this game AoE is also very important. So that's why I increased her. I'm not saying she's the most broken character. I'm not telling everybody to go for Aurora. Honestly, there are a lot of characters who are strong. Lily is very strong. She has some very strong single target DPS. Asuna is very strong. You can do this with any unit that you have, and you can increase their power, because if that's the character that you want to use. So I'm not making a tier list. I'm not saying who's best, anything like that. Of course, I might make that in the future, but I want everybody to find a character that they like, because I hate when people find a character and then the whole community is saying this character is straight garbage. Why would you ever use them? No, my Aurora can hit, honestly, insane damage. If you watch the live stream, you see her on the live stream, and she is honestly carrying the rest of my team. So the way I did that is with presents. I give her presents to level up her friendship. The dates help give me the keys to unlock her past. And the past, my god, this honestly is crazy. All of these give extra base stats. These are all extra base stats for my character, and I'm just keep going down the list, honestly. And I'm trying to take the friendship as high as I can with the bond, because that is going to increase my base stats with the character. So you see here that so a character that I don't have, honestly, very leveled up. And if you don't level up your sigils, don't have your skills leveled up. So my Lily is sitting at 363 attack, HP 1802, speed 32, defense 150. For to go over to my Aurora, she's sitting at 920 attack, 4792 HP, 47 speed, 370 defense, 46 SP, which also helps. This is a tank right over. Like, I have a tank, she's 1 star. I mean, my Aurora, she honestly has more HP, way more HP than all of my tanks. I could honestly put her on the front line and she could help everybody out because of how much leveled up she is than everybody else, honestly. Look at this HP, 1400 compared to basically 4800. 118 defense compared to 370 defense. I could honestly put on tanky gear onto her and make her strong. And that's just how important those base stats are. So I can show you pretty much. I can carry this gear over. And it doesn't matter. It's still increasing. It's still increasing her combat power because it's going off of her stats. Now it's giving her 644 defense, 7,300 health. That is more than most of my characters. That defense is honestly crazy, and that's just going off the base stats. That's why those base stats are so important. So you want to do everything that you can to level that up. Now, of course, you don't have to go crazy into the bond like I did. You don't have to dump everything in there. I started working on Yuki with basically the stuff that doesn't work. with Aurora, but start working on your DPSs, getting that bond up. Or if you love a tank character, you can honestly make almost an invincible tank because of the extra stats that it gives. Healer, whatever you want. And we have multiple skill trees that you can work with, and you can change around the skills when you get up to level 20. So honestly, if you find a character that you love, go ahead and level that character up. Go ahead and level up their skills. Also, I've been seeing a lot of you guys on Reddit, online, everything like that. I know a lot of people for gachas go to tier lists. Tier lists right now are pretty much unreliable. The characters can be strong in different situations, and it's really, really hard to find out who is the strongest. So that's why I'm saying, if you have a character that you like, stick with that character, because somebody might rank Aurora very low, but of course Aurora, with the way that she could increase her damage, the gear that I have, and there's too many factors right now to really determine who is the most broken unit. Depending on who you have, there might be a unit that's really strong for your team, but then they might be weak in another situation. I have not seen a character who's just all out broken at the start. Only after investment have I seen my Aurora be able to go into pretty much any content and honestly do mad lad damage to everybody. So, but that's because I've heavily invested into her. So, you know, I can't really say that I would give, again, any tier list to anybody, because it just depends on how much investment you've put into a character, right? So that's pretty much all I have to say on that tier list. Do not follow them and level up a character that you don't like because the community is saying they're very strong. That'll honestly break what you have for a character, when you could just increase a character, get the bond level up and everything, and make their power level stronger and allow them to help carry your team. Go ahead and level up try to summon them as much as you can, try to farm for their shards, and then try to work on the bond, get that leveled up. And that is how you can honestly get a character who can have pretty much early into the game, honestly what looks like getting close to end game level combat power already, and the game's only been out in a few days. So hopefully this information helps you out. Hopefully there's a character that you've been really wanting to just hold on to, and the community saying they're bad. No, this is what you can do to make pretty much anybody good that you want. Hold strong onto that character. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. You lucky gamers, have a good one. Lucky Lexi.